Hello, this is Jordan. Welcome back to the Daily Gold YouTube channel. This video is being recorded on the afternoon of Friday, January 24th, 2025. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're here, as we usually are, on Friday afternoons and evenings to wrap up the week. Interesting week for precious metals. We had gold up over 1.5% on the week. The gold stocks, GDX and GDXJ, very good gains, up over 3% for the week. However, silver was flat, and the silver juniors were only up about 1% or so. That's SILJ. The new silver ETF, SLVR, something I'd like to track more of in the future, that was down on the week. So, bigger picture, out from the very short term, gold made a new weekly all-time high. Gold continues to move higher while silver is lagging and the miners are grinding a bit higher. So let me get into the video and the charts. Okay, so as usual, starting off here, gold and silver, daily candle charts. Gold here, silver here. And so gold has had this move in recent weeks where it's just steadily moved up. We see good accumulation. If you look at these daily candles, this one closed at the high, this one closed at the high, this one closed at the high, another one closed at the high. So when you're closing at the high of the day or the high of the week, that is a sign of accumulation. So good daily candles for gold as it has grinded higher. It managed to move above this resistance, 2,700. It hit it a couple weeks ago, only pulled back for a day or two. Then it's just steadily advanced since then. So closed 2779. We can round that up. So it's very close to 2,800. I believe the daily all-time high is 2,800. So that should be retested next week. Look for gold. The short-term trend is up, so it should continue to trend higher, but this is an area of some resistance, so maybe we get a pause. Also, at the same time, some people are talking about you do have a potential triangle breakout here, where if you draw a line here, you draw another line here, and I don't want to quibble because you guys know that I can quibble with these patterns, but this is a triangle. I don't know how bullish it is because the reason is the triangle should develop after this move right here, because when you see a triangle, typically before the triangle, you see a strong move higher like that. Like, for example, like a strong move like that, then you see a triangle like this. So the triangle should develop after this move right here for it to be really a perfect triangle. And instead, it's come back down here. So this move that precedes the triangle, it's fine, but it would just be a lot more powerful. Again, if the triangle, if it came back here, above here where the triangle started. So again, typically you would see this kind of move here first, then you see a triangle like that. But again, this has come back, the beginning of the triangle, all the way below this move right here. So I know I'm quibbling with it, but that's why I'm not really talking about the potential triangle breakout. It remains to be seen, to me, how powerful it really is. And look, people, if it was a real triangle breakout by what I've just showed you in the definition, this move would be more powerful and you probably wouldn't have silver lagging like it is. So, gold with this steady move higher here, but look at silver in the last couple weeks. It hasn't been able, it's touched 32, hasn't been able to move above 32. And on the daily chart here, 32 and a half, 32.50, that's really where the big daily resistance is. So it hasn't even tested that yet. It's just been doing this. It's been holding above the 200-day, but it's been underperforming gold. So just not a fan of what's happening as far as silver's underperformance. This is silver divided by gold down here. This is the 200-day. It's been in a range for a while, and we can see here it's trading down by support below the 200-day. And again, look at the last few weeks. This is silver underperforming gold. So I mentioned in another video, can we see gold go to 3,000 and pull up silver? Yeah, it's possible, but I'm right now I'm getting less confident that in the short term we're going to see gold pull up silver at 35. Now looking at the weekly here, again, the last 3 weeks, basically gold closed near or at the high of the week. So that's a sign of accumulation. Look at silver. The last 2 weeks, these are doji indecision candles. 3 weeks ago, that was a good bullish candle. So looking at silver overall, you do have good support at 28, 29. This is my 400-day moving average. This is really strong support. So this is at 27. This is moving up slowly and steadily. And again, 28.29, we're looking at the weekly here. Those are levels that are very strong. On a monthly basis, 29 is also strong support. So we'll talk about that in the video next week. But we can see here, 32 weekly resistance. I mean, it hasn't been able to bust through it yet. We can see here, this is the weekly line chart, tested 32, tested, went above it, tested again, tested again. With gold moving up here, you don't necessarily want to be bearish on silver. But I would say if we see gold break above 2,800 and really have legs and get to 3,000, silver is going to move above 32 in that scenario. But unless something changes, maybe it can get to 34 or 35, but I think that's the best case right now because it's just underperforming gold. And I've seen these moves before. So we can't get too excited yet. Let's talk about the miners. Quite simply, GDX and GDXJ daily candle charts here, they're coming up to first resistance levels. And I've had these levels here drawn for the last 2 or 3 videos. So GDX, you have resistance at 38.39. I mean, you can see these are previous tops right here at 39. It's obviously going to be resistance. 38 is providing resistance right now. The last 4 days, not great action. It looks more like silver than it does gold. So again, it's testing resistance. GDXJ, clear resistance here at 48. If it really gets some legs, maybe it can test 50. But the last couple candles, 1, 2, well, I guess 3 of the last 5 days, you do have accumulation candles. SILJ, wow, the silver juniors, I mean, really lagging. Hasn't even been able to test the 200-day yet. 200 days here. We can see, of course, GDXJ has gone above that. So very short term, miners have had their oversold bounce. We'll see what happens here, but they are running into resistance. So that's the reality for the miners. And last thing, because we are not in a real bull market yet, the stock market's still going up, you have limited capital going into precious metals. If you own juniors and you are an investor in the precious metal stocks, especially juniors, and you're not a subscriber, would love to have you at thedailygold.com/premium because we are looking for the highest quality junior companies that also have the most upside potential. And I'm really excited about the work we're doing. We have these great tables that can fill you in on all these companies really quickly. So if you aren't a subscriber, would love to have you come aboard. It's just $150 for 6 months. So again, if you're not a subscriber yet, would love to have you come aboard. Please consider it. And if you are a subscriber already, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and your business. And people, that's all for this week. I hope you had a great week. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Is gold going to get to 3,000 in the short term? How high can it pull silver up? Or is silver just going to fail at 32 or 34? Let me know what you're thinking. Leave a comment. And that's all for this week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys on Monday for Macro Mondays.